Our gents be the right hand side, doors are opening.
Thank you so much.
Have a stowaway here, Jumbo.
Alright folks, make sure to spend the silver gates, they are closing.
Sorry.
Our gents be the right hand side, doors are closing. I'm not sure if that's allowed, but we're gonna go with it.
Hakuna Matata, alright, no worries. Thanks, Aiden. Alright, 20. Let's get going. Is somebody here excited? There's like one person in the front who's ready for this, but is everybody else excited that we can do a little bit better than that? Yeah, alright, that was good. Y'all stopped at Starbucks, I guess. I am excited too, Jumbo. My name is Jen, and I'm gonna be your safari guide here for the next 2 whole weeks. Right? Wait.
I would ride with you for 2 whole weeks.
You know what? You're my new favorite person. Let's just be best friends.
Alright.
I really hope you knew this was a 2-week safari. You guys brought supplies and water, right? You're good?
Absolutely.
Oh, he didn't. Oh, at least hope he went to the bathroom. That's a long time to hold it for, especially if you did go to Starbucks. Now, just a few, quick reminders. You know the drill. Just make sure you do stay seated the whole journey, whether or not we're moving. And also, please don't lean over the edges, because we're going to be passing through some rough brush, and some of those bushes do have long thorns. I'm going to throw a special side note to any parents on board here. Please don't hold your children up like Simba.
Oh, come on.
Make sure they're either in the seat or in a lap. You'd be surprised how often that happens. If you look right above your seats there's an animal spotting guide. Something I drew up this morning, no big deal. That'll give you a really good idea of the different animals we have here. Now, we don't see every single animal every safari. They kind of do what they want. The reserve is about 800 square miles, but I know their favorite hiding spots. I got you. Y'all are a good group too, so I'll try extra hard. Now, we're entering the Little Turi Forest. We're going to see an animal on our left-hand side here in chestnut colored off by that large group of bamboo there. That's a bongo over here. And bongos are also sometimes called ghosts of the forest because they use those horns that kind of sit towards the back of their head to cut through the bushes very quietly. That's how they survive here. And watch out, right on the right-hand side along the fence there's an animal that kind of looks like it's wearing zebra pants. Right on the right-hand side here, that is an okapi. Now, okapis are actually not related to the zebra. Does anybody know what an okapi is related to? Horse, that's a really good guess. Yeah. Oh, we got pros on board. Yeah. They're closely related to the giraffe. Yeah, they have the same skull structure. If you look at their faces, they're very similar. They're basically cousins. Only living known relative of the giraffe. Very excited to actually see one. They're very rare. In fact, they weren't even discovered by the Western world till 1901, which really gives you an idea how rare it is to actually see them. And by the way, I'm a real person, really driving. If anybody has any questions, feel free to shout it out, raise your hand, say, hey, Jen, just try to get my attention. I really do welcome questions. Hey, look, all the way in the back there's a black rhino up that hill. All the way in the back. Black rhinos do weigh about 3,000 pounds. Very large animals. Unfortunately, they're also very endangered too because they're poached for their horns. And people think that's some kind of miracle cure. It's really not. Those horns are made out of keratin, which is really just the same substance as our hair and fingernails. But unfortunately, they do fetch a lot of money on the black market to the point where there are only 5,000 left in the entire world. So we try to protect them here in the reserve and through different projects in the wild. Now, if you look closely here on the right-hand side, these beige animals blend in pretty well. These are greater kudos. They're the second tallest species of antelope in the world, and these are all females. Females don't have any horns, whereas males, like the ones at the edge of the animal spawning guide, have very long horns. But these bongos we're going to see more of here right on the right, both male and females will have those horns. And you may have noticed by now, a lot of these antelopes have a stripe pattern on their fur. That's just to blend in a little bit easier so they're not just one big blob of color. That's how they survive here. If you look closely all the way on the left here by that bamboo, there's a large bird sitting up there. That is a saddle-billed stork, and they have a 9-foot wingspan. And like my couple celebrating their anniversary on board, they mate for life. Kind of romantic. But you know what? I'm really over the forest. There is so much more to see. I'm so excited. Promise this isn't a singing safari. So we're going to head over this way towards the river, and that's usually our best chance of spotting a hippo. Y'all want to see hippos? Yeah, all right. If you just said flat out no, that would have been a short safari, so I'm glad you want to. Keeping out on the right-hand side up ahead here in the water, hippos really spend the majority of their day in the water to keep cool. It gets pretty hot here in Africa. Now, I can see them in the water up ahead by that stump. They can stay fully submerged for about 5 to 8 minutes at a time. Gotta watch out for those dangerous African ducks, though. And they can sleep underwater, too. Nile hippopotamus will kind of rise on up when they need air. I'll go back down. Also, a few more here on the left-hand side past this island. Now, they do just kind of hop along the bottom of the riverbed instead of swimming. Because they weigh so much, they weigh about 5,500 pounds. If you weighed that much, you wouldn't do much swimming either, right? You can see lots of birds being fed here on the left. These are all pink-backed pelicans. And they're named after the color that they turn during their mating season. Very light shade of pink. Hippos get their pink coloring from their sweat, which is actually a red color that turns their whole skin pink. And you know, hippos are a lot faster than they look. They can run about 35 miles an hour on land. Would not want to try to race when they can be a bit aggressive. So keep rolling forward. If you want to get a closer view, head over to the Pingani Forest Trail, the underwater viewing area. Probably don't want to get any closer to these Nile crocodiles here on the left-hand side. Now they got about 20 feet in length. They're as long as a giraffe is tall. Huge. You may notice a lot of them have their mouths open. People make this assumption that it's because they're ambush predators, which is true. But they actually keep their mouths open to let heat out of their bodies through their mouths. Kind of like us just opening a window in our house. Those jaws are powerful. They have about 2,000 pounds of pressure per square inch, which basically means one clamp down, they're able to take down an animal over twice their size. So since they're so huge and I'm only 5'5", but do not stick around there too long, they scare me. Keep rolling forward here though. We're going to head to a completely different ecosystem now. And this next area is home to a lot of well-known animals I'm sure you love, like the giraffe. And it's a really good time of day to see the giraffe. They're very active in the morning, so I think we're getting lucky. But this is really why you're here right now. Look on the right. It's a tree. You're welcome.
Wow.
Right? This is actually called a baobab tree, but some people call them an upside-down tree. You can kind of see why. You know, it looks like it has roots for branches. Now that's really because baobabs will hold thousands of gallons of water in their trunks, and they store all that water. That's how they survive Africa's long drought season. It's also why they don't have leaves for 9 months out of the year to conserve the water. And you can actually touch one on the Pangani Trail, but it might be a little squishy. Sometimes you can feel the water inside. You have a good eye. It's my favorite view of the whole reserve. This is a beautiful Serengeti, which stretches all throughout East Africa. And that's really the beautiful habitat we're working to protect in the wild, which is why we partner with the Disney Conservation Fund. All the money from the pins at the parks goes to help protect the different habitats and wildlife and all the different animals that live all throughout Africa, many of which are very endangered. Looks like we're going to see a large tower of giraffes up ahead, even a few babies. You are so excited. I love this.
I am so. I would ride this ride all day long.
I know we're best friends, but what's your name?
Erica.
Erica. I love this energy. I did say tower of giraffes, and that wasn't by mistake. A group of giraffes is called a tower. I love animal names, like a troop of mandrills. It's so much fun to say all these names. Now you can see animals here with really long horns next to us here.
I see a black and white giraffe.
A black. Well, that's actually really observant. That's the male, and they have a bit darker spotting, whereas the other ones, you know, are kind of brown and white. Wow, I didn't know we had so many pros on board, some wilderness explorers here. Y'all are ready for this. Now these, the longhorn creatures here, the Ankoli cattle, are actually the only domesticated animal we're going to see here today. They look really intense, but they're not. They're very calm, docile animals. Look at that giraffe's tongue over there. It's about 16 to 18 inches. Huge tongues, and giraffes are the tallest animal in the world, and they use their long necks, long tongues to reach up high. Oh, you're gonna go for it again? Yeah. And they get at leaves that other animals can't get to. Plus, like I said, they have 16 to 18 inch tongues, so they can really reach even further up. The babies are pretty cute. When they're born, they're about 6 feet tall. They are big babies. Sorry about this traffic jam. Everybody wants to see the giraffes, and we are so close to them too, so I'm not complaining. Even though giraffes have these really long necks, they do have the same amount of vertebrae in their necks as we do. Theirs is just more spaced out, but everyone has 7. Theirs is obviously larger too. Is there a question?
What's in this cage over here?
It's a really good question. There's actually nothing here right now, to be honest, but very, 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 very soon we're going to have hyenas as part of our new nighttime safaris. Look right here next to us on the left. This is a sable antelope. Yeah, they're really close to us. They're really used to us, so they don't care. That's the emblem of our reserve. This is a female here. A few baby giraffes here on the left-hand side. More sables. And behind this one giraffe, there's a tiny, tiny little animal sitting down up there. Everybody see that one? That is a springbok. Now they only run about 3 feet tall, but they can jump up in the air almost 12 feet. They're pretty cool. Now, since we're able to see the baby giraffes, I'll share something I don't typically tell everybody or really good group. Giraffes will give birth standing up. So the babies have to fall to the ground when they're born. Quite an adventure from the start when enter the world. Anybody know what these weird orange cones here are?
Termite mounds.
Oh, you were ready for that. Just no compete with you. You are correct, yeah. They are termite mounds. Some people say anthills, and it's close. The termites build these out of dirt, dung, and spit. Yummy. Doesn't sound like much, but they're baked in the sun all day, every day, so they're about as strong as concrete. Plus, the tallest one on record is 30 feet tall, taller than all of the giraffes we saw, the male giraffes, like the one darker spotted one, like you pointed out. He's about the 20-footer. Females be about 15. You can see that. And coolie cattle's here a bit closer. You may think, wow, those are really long horns to have on your head. That must be very uncomfortable. Well, it's actually not very heavy because they're hollow horns. They're part of their circulatory system. It's how they distribute their body temperature. Pretty cool. Curious, is this anybody's first safari? Any first timers? Oh, a few back there. Okay, all right. Sprinkled around. Any pros on board? Done this before? Yeah, all right, yeah. Respect. You know what you like and you come back for more. Each safari, you know, it is different though. It depends on the animals. It depends on the time of day, the weather. It's a good time of day right now. Also on how fabulous and wonderful your driver is. I think you look down there.
That's one so far.
Well, shucksy doodle, I'm blushing and it's not from the heat. Now here on the left-hand side, I'm sorry, that was bad. These are white-bearded wildebeests. Yeah. They have the largest migration of any species. They migrate by thousands at a time. You may remember them from a certain movie. Might be too soon to talk about. They're named after their menacing appearance. Plus, it looks like they kind of have white beards. They also make a weird grunting sound that kind of sounds like they're saying the word new. It's kind of funny. What? I'm not going to demonstrate. That would be silly. I mean, if y'all insist so much, I will do a wildebeest new. Let's do this. All right. New, new, new. You're welcome. Oh, it's no problem. It's my day job. I got you. I got you. I'm curious, where's somebody from? Shout out now. New York. Florida. That's a long way from Africa. Quite a journey I had to get here. I heard Jersey, a few people. Anybody else?
New York.
New York? Wow, me too. That's so funny. Yep, I am from New York. Now I live here in Africa. Let me tell you, don't miss the snow. I hear it's like 40 degrees there right now. I do miss bagels. And pizza. Is it 70? Oh my goodness, it was like 40 a few days ago. Oh. This world, let me tell you. Now this next area we're heading to, I like to call Monkey Point. Sometimes I can find some monkeys hanging around here. And all for my junior explorers. All my Wilderness Explorers Junior. Anybody who is small, help me figure out if there's any other animals around here, okay? You see a monkey here on the left? Oh my goodness! You strike again. You have a good eye. Yeah, there is an elephant here on the right-hand side.
Elephant!
Okay. Now, he is a male. You can tell that because he's alone. They do. They tend to be a bit more solitary, just like a man. Sometimes they form a bachelor herds, but they just kind of go off on their own. And these monkeys here are mandrills, and they have bright blue and red noses. Females are only about 30 pounds each. They kind of look like the children up there. Those are the females. Males, the dominant male will be about 100 pounds. Quite a difference. Very large and have brighter colorings, too. You can see more monkeys on the Pagani Trail, and although they're not monkeys, I also like to mention they have baby gorillas, and they are adorable, so check those out if you want to try to see them. Wait, what? Why is the road closed? Did he stop out the road again? Oh, what am I gonna do with you? Well, we can't go this way. I really don't want to enter Safari short, though, and I certainly don't want to do a 3-point turn. Jersey knows what I'm talking about. Is it okay if we just head down this sketchy pathway here? Is that all right?
Totally.
Sure, why not? I like that. Y'all are brave. We're just going to blame the pro here in the front. Okay, so they won't yell at me. Can't yell at you since you know so much about all the animals, which I love. I'm going to go over this way. The wilderness must be explored, right? Oh, no. There's a bridge. You know what? We got this, though. You can do it. We got this, yeah! I'm from New York. I can drive anywhere. We'll just go nice and slowly. It's just a giant truck full of people and a totally normal sounding bridge. Almost there, almost there. Oh, just kidding. Gotcha. Y'all were so brave though, it's hard to scare you. You were just like, sketchy bridge, let's do this. Whew. I don't know if you're brave or something else, but next time, I promise, I will keep my eyes open. Oh, we're passing by clay pits here. Oh, hey, see these kind of weird marks up against the clay? That's usually a good sign we're going to see more elephants around. Looks like there's some here on the left. Maybe even some children. Females and children really grouped together, so that's what we'll see over here. And elephants will kind of rub their tusks up against the clay pits and eat the clay, which helps them get nutrients they can't get just from plants alone. They eat, get this, 300 pounds of food a day. They are very large. They go to about 12,000 pounds, so they're kind of hard to miss. See, there's a lot of them over here on the left. They do look dirty. That's because elephants will kind of fling dirt in front of their backs as a form of makeshift sunscreen because they have very sensitive skin. They're prone to sunburns. And we're going to hopefully see a few more over here, but in the meantime, let's get some music going. Yeah. Get some tunes playing, soothing sounds of Africa to calm down my blood pressure from the bridge. Oh, hope they'll let the warden know there's a bridge there eventually. Look backwards at the ones we just saw. A few others by the baobab tree here on our left. And in the wild, elephants will kind of poke at the baobabs to get at the water inside. So if you're ever stranded in Africa, you know what to do. Just get a straw. You may see a few of them wag their ears too. Now elephants will do that to keep cool. They can reduce their body temperature by about 15 degrees just by wagging their ears because they do have a lot of blood vessels in those ears. We see the veins from here, from this one. Sure, I could do that. It'd be nice to do on a hot day. Now, we've worked on a lot of projects to help out elephants. One thing we do, we analyze their vocal patterns, all their sounds, and we discovered elephants tend to run away from bees. So we built beehive fences around farms to deter them from coming through, which reduces conflict between the people and the elephants. You see a baby right there. Was there a question in the second row?
He asked why elephants eat peanuts.
They eat a lot of apples, actually. They like fruits.
Flamingo!
Oh, you are so good at this. Yeah, there's some flamingos over here. Now, these are greater flamingos. They're the latest shade of flamingo in the world. This is where they're very pale pink. Now, does anybody know what a flamingo eats makes it turn pink? Shrimp? Yeah, good job. Fried shrimp. Don't blame them.
Look at how pink that is.
Now, they're born gray, and they actually turn pink around a year in after all that shrimp kicks in. As you can see, their wings look pinker than the rest of them. That's because their coloring will come from their wings and expand outward. By the way, my favorite term, a group of flamingos is called a flamboyance. It's super fun to say. I try to add it into all my conversations, but for some reason people get tired of me. Don't know why. Now, I'll give you one example of how we protect elephants. That's one of over 800 different projects we work on to help protect endangered species in the wild. You can learn more about that over at Rafiki's Planet Watch. They have a lot of good information at their conservation station. Also, they have a petting zoo. There's some air conditioning there. It's a good time. Also, Chip and Dale hang out up there too. They're fun. Y'all are here at a good time of year. You know, Food and Wine Festival is happening in Epcot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, go a little wild over there, adults. Have a good time. Everything's kind of sample size, so you can eat around the world without having to sell a kidney. It's a little bit more manageable. Any first timers at Disney? Oh, wow, you're welcome. Oh, a whole group back there. It's a little overwhelming. There's a lot to see. Oh, hey, there's a white rhino right next to us here in the room. I know what you're thinking. Hey, Jen, you alright? That's not really white, is it? Well, they're not named after the color white. They're named after this Afrikaan word, white, with a V. That means wide, because they do have really wide mouths like a horse. Whereas a black rhino, like the one we got a glimpse of in the forest, will have a triangular mouth. And that's how you can tell the difference. Plus, white rhinos are almost double the size of black rhinos. Now, sometimes around here we can spot a cheetah, so keep an eye out for them. Cheetahs really rely on their eyesight to do a lot of things, so they're the only big cats they're hunting during the day because of this. And they're fast. Cheetahs can run about 60 miles an hour on average. We'll see some over here. You never know with them. Now, it looks like they are laying down diagonally in front of us here on the left-hand side. Behind the bushes, you can kind of see their tail wagging there. There's two of them over here, in between these two trees. Kind of roll forward so each row can get a glimpse. They don't make it easy. Now when they do run very fast, they don't have a lot of stamina. They can't keep that speed up for long, but they don't need to. They get all they need right away, as you can imagine. So I'm gonna keep going, because my truck does not do 60. I do a solid 8. So, would not run them. Now right now we're gonna come up to a huge rock formation here. Now this actually has a name, and it's called a kopie. Now kopies are home to a lot of different animals in the wild. Of course, most notably is a lion, right? To be honest, it's really hard to see them during the day. They sleep about 20 hours a day. It's quite a life. I could be a lion, that'd be alright. But the lionesses, the females, they're actually the ones that don't really go out and do the hunting. The men will kind of stick at home and they protect the pride if needed. Oh, looks like the white rhino's coming around over on the side. Group of rhinos is a crush. Whoever named all the groups is my favorite. We're going to see a few more white rhinos up ahead. There are some zebras behind that truck. I know it's hard to see. He's right, there's a pile of orange clay, because that's because rhinos really rub around the clay to keep cool. Plus it helps them camouflage in a bit easier. Let's see what right now. They do what they want.
I see some symbols.
Anybody know how to say lion in Swahili? Lion? That's not a bad guess. Simba. Right? Makes sense. Mufasa's just super creative. Now all these holes in the ground here are warthog burrows. Warthogs will dig out burrows with their tusks, they kind of back into them to protect themselves. There's warthogs behind these big logs right here by this tree. There's actually a few piglets here, little babies, trying to get some milk. They're only a few months old, they're pretty cute. Keep looking to the left here. Looks like we're going to get right next to an ostrich in her nest. Each egg is about 3 to 5 pounds each. She is the largest species of bird in the world. Just keep your arms inside. They're flightless though, that'd be a little bit terrifying. You can see another baby here, a baby white rhino. Some zebras back there too. People always ask, are zebras black with white stripes or white with black stripes? And they're actually black with white stripes, and we know that by looking at their nose and hooves, which are black. Really as simple as that. Plus, did you know one back kick from a zebra can break a lion's jaw? That's how they defend themselves. Pretty cool. Now we're going to roll back on into the forest. Maybe we can see one more animal before we end off our 2-week journey together, which just flew on by, right, Victoria? Our birthday girl. Oh, Jimmy, it's been a fun 2 weeks. Now, if I do happen to have any wilderness explorers on board collecting their badges, the name of my truck is Simba 1. SIMBA 1. And that's what you'll need to know to get your next badge. That's right on beach 13. And you'll get that right at the exit. You'll see a green shed. Now we're back in the forest. You can see one more animal here on the left-hand side on the tippy top of the hill. Those are scimitar horned oryx. You can see they have really long horns, which are actually kind of brittle. They're prone to breaking. These are another desert antelope. That's why they're very sandy color. And unfortunately, they are critically endangered. They're completely extinct in the wild. It's really sad. Just so you know, it's bumpier than usual over here, so just hold on for a second. Now, a lot of the animals we saw here today are very endangered. Cheetahs, rhinos, elephants, because they're poached for their ivory tusks. You know, it's really upsetting because we grew up with them and we love them so much, and it's sad to think that they really might be gone in our lifetime, but it is becoming more and more reality. But there are a lot of things you can do to help, really just getting involved with an organization that helps out endangered species, like the Disney Conservation Fund, or ones from your hometowns too. Or doing small things around the house to help, like recycling your old electronics, or even just buying local or organic foods, or eating a little bit less meat. It's all connected, helps lessen the need of resources, and also lessens your carbon footprint too. Oh boy, there's some flooding up ahead. I'm gonna need everybody's help to get through. Everybody say wee! Wee! Oh, thank you, sir. We're making, this is nice, though, like I can stay here. Now, it is still really early and there's so much left to do here in the Animal Kingdom. I recommend seeing the Festival of the Lion King show. It's actually the highest rated show in all Disney property. It's so much fun. There's one every hour on the hour. It's about half an hour long. It's definitely worth it. Also, if you don't want your animal adventure to end, you can head over to the Pangani Forest show. There's a whole room full of reptiles there and a whole area where birds fly all around you. There's also, like I mentioned, the baby gorillas, and they have baby zebras too. They're adorable. Gonna wait for the dock ahead to clear up for us. Take this time to look around your rows. Sometimes things will fall out of pockets. You don't want to forget anything. It's a long way back to Africa from New York, right? New Jersey. Ooh, Florida. Oh my goodness. You had to take a while to get back here.
Yes, it does.
In Africa, I saw a small termite.
You did? Yeah, they're different sizes. Sometimes in the wild, elephants will kind of use them as scratching posts, so they break them down a little bit, so they get really, really tiny, which is pretty cool. And then other, like antelopes and zebras can climb on top and look over the tall grasses for predators. It's a very balanced system. You're really smart. Do you want to work with animals? I feel like you should. Just saying. Oh, no pressure or anything, but I think you should. Now, I do not particularly like goodbyes. They kind of make me sad. So instead, I say a Swahili phrase, kwaherini. Can everybody say kwaherini? Kwaherini. There you go. Now you'll learn Swahili too, and that just means to go well. So kwaherini, everybody. Once again, the name of my truck is Simba 1, and my name is Jen, and I really have had just the best 2 weeks ever with y'all. Jumbo.
Jumbo!